That's just sports, baby.
The crowd goes wild. Strawberry ice, bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm here with the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. It's going to look like it's about to rain. That means your grass is going to grow. If you don't want to cut your grass, or you have multiple properties, or I don't know, if you got any paver patios, a fountain, anything related to lawn and landscaping, give Johnny a call at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also message him on Facebook. And when you do, tell him you heard about it from Sports with Strawberry Ice. What is up to everybody? Oh, wait, one more thing. I forgot about this. We got that's coming up next week. The Celebrity Softball Classic. Next week, July 17th at Florence Yalls Stadium. First pitch at 7:30. Get your tickets at Celebrity Softball Classic. Me and Cap are going to be there. Hopefully, I will not injure myself, but it's going to be a fun time. I hope to see you guys there. Now, what's up to everybody in the chat? We've got Strangers in there, Brad's in there, Crypt Keeper's in there, Sean's in there, Tony Blaze and Get Low. Where you been at? He's in there. Ghetto Baby's in there. What is going on, everybody? All right, so we had I hope you guys had an interesting July 4th. I have been by myself the whole time. My wife and daughter were in Myrtle Beach. They're coming back tonight. So I had some fun. Didn't really do a whole lot. Went to a couple bars and stuff, watching fireworks on TV. But hopefully everybody made the whole weekend without blowing any fingers or toes or anything off. You know, because that's usually what happens on the July 4th. Reds news. I just saw this before we went on the air here. Chatterbox Sports they got this from Charlie Goldschmidt. Hunter Green will no longer be making his scheduled rehab start on Tuesday for AAA Louisville after feeling tightness in the same area. Like I said, this is according to Charlie G. That's not good. Chase Burns did better in his third start. He worked out of it. One thing that the Phillies do that I wish the Reds batters would do is they work every single at bat, fouling pitch after pitch after pitch off. So Chase battled his butt off there and kept him in the game and deserved a better fate than what he got. He got no decision. Tony Santillan got the loss because he threw a fastball too much part of the plate and they took him deep. The Reds went 2-4 on the road trip. They're back home tonight. The tarp is on the field as far as I know. So hopefully the game will get going sometime tonight. Let's get to my co-host for the evening. We have, usually it's just me and Cap, but we got a special guest. He's a crazy son of a bitch. Some guys know him as Big Savage. Some people just call him Greg, but he's Greg from Bengals and Brew. What's up, BSG?
What the heck, Jay? You said we had an exciting guest. Are you all excited here?
Oh, sorry. Let's get to the more exciting guest, all right? He is the man who is the fan of the year, one of the greatest beards, way better than Greg's, but one of the greatest beards around. He's my friend. He's your friend. He's Bengals Captain.
What's up, Cap? Hey, Greg is exciting as hell, and that is a damn good-looking beard. I was so proud of him when he started growing that out because it's a good looking beard. It's full. I mean, that is a Tinder worthy beard.
Corey Dillon one time guys on Bruce for everybody bugged me to do it when Corey came on. I'm like, Corey, should I grow the beard? He's like, do it. I'm like, okay, I got to do what Corey tells me to do, so I'll do it.
Well, duh.
Hey, it ain't going anytime soon. That's all I can tell you. It's not going anywhere.
It's a good look. I like it. Speaking
of Corey, he's getting ready to go to Italy here. He's going on vacation, so.
Ooh.
That's why Corey's not on. He said he'd get me when he gets back. I'm like, yeah, go on vacation, dude. Go have fun. It must be nice to be a retired NFL player and be able to go do be able to go do whatever the hell you want. And that's what Corey can do right now. And it's good for him. So everybody wants to know where Corey's at. That's where he's at. But guys, I'm gonna do a little Reds talk here. May was not a great month for the Reds. June was a better month. Starting on July, are 2-4. We were in the games, but it's getting to the point again where we're not getting consistent hitting, which is what we had a lot in May. We got 7 games, I think it is, until the All-Star break. I don't know. Are we going to be buyers or sellers at the All-Star break? What do you think there, Greg?
I'll put it this way. I'm not going to get excited ever again because just when I get excited, something bad happens. But when they start, when I said I'm done, they start doing good. So I'm just not going to get excited anymore because I'm tired of jinxing the Reds. I think they'll be buyers. I mean, just give me another hitter. Give me that other hitter. I mean, we have the pitching. I've been a Reds fan since '98, and I think this is like the most loaded pitching depth we've had in quite some time. And we still have some great pitchers coming up still. So you got all this great minor league pitching. Why not use it to get a hitter right now, right?
That's what I said. Now, I know they did make another move. Reese Hines went back down, and I should have wrote it down, but I didn't write it down, so that's why I can't remember. He went back down, and they brought up Tony. He was on the team. He had the foot and mouth disease. I cannot remember his name now. Somebody in the chat will help me out. I should have wrote this down. This is to full disclosure. I had microphone problems before the show started, so I didn't get to write down half the stuff I wanted to write down before the show.
Some dude had foot and mouth disease?
Yeah, he had it. Can't remember his name.
That's crazy. Like, I never hear, I don't know. I feel like that's something that I hear like on a pirate movie or like foot and mouth disease sounds like, onlytoes.com. Like, how do you get that?
How do you know all these channels on OnlyFans? I'm just curious. Yeah.
No, I said only toes. I mean, yeah.
And yes, Brad, I agree with you. Abbott got robbed.
Abbott got robbed.
But I'll put it to you guys this way. And me and Greg were talking about this before Cap got on here and helped me figure out how to get my mic to work. I think Abbott, I know this part, he did not pitch enough innings to quote unquote qualify. Now they could have put him in anyway. My opinion is somebody is going to be injured that can't pitch or doesn't want to pitch or something like that. I think Abbott will get in. The other one, TJ Frito. I think TJ should have made it. It's very disappointing that he didn't. But with the Reds being where they're at, not kind of a middle of the road team right now, it's hard to get 3 guys on your all-star team. And if you're going to take 2 of them, it's going to be Abbott and it's going to be Ellie maybe before TJ Frito gets in. So I was hoping TJ would get in. Were you guys disappointed TJ didn't get in?
I just always expect the worst from Major League Baseball. They just don't like the Reds, man. It's a popularity contest. It's a popularity contest with the Dodgers and the Cubs. You have all these Cubs fans. It's ridiculous. We knew Ellie was going to get because you had to pick one player, but it's just ridiculous. I think 2 or 3 other players should have been considered heavily, but it's just how it is,
Cap, what do you got?
Same. Everybody hates Cincinnati.
Exactly.
It's Cincinnati against the world, no matter what, forever. What. It's always going to be there. I really don't think that winning championships will ever change that. We're always going to be underdogs.
Chris says, being a Reds fan is like being on a roller coaster that has 100 small hills. We go 2 games under 500, 2 games over 500. Over and over. Yes. I mean, to be honest, they've been over 500 for a couple weeks now. They're still over 500.
Yeah. I mean, technically, like they're doing better. Like it, it's
out of first place though. I mean, that's they're not going to catch the Cubs. They got to get the one.
No.
But
hey, who dey? Shout out to Kevin, our buddy Kevin, Blue Jackets, famous Kevin, and also Kevin Queen, who dey? And boy, I don't know if Gatto Baby's trolling me. Because I'm about to open myself up if we talk about it, but I'm with him 100%. Fireworks should be illegal. So stupid, I'll never understand it. That is like the hottest of hot takes that people hate. And I'll tell you what, man, I hate to be the dude like the get off my lawn guy in the neighborhood.
Get off my lawn.
But, hey, my dogs hate it. They freak out, and I get it. It's my dogs. Not everybody has to worry about my dogs. Back in the day when I had one that was super sick, I'm like, this sucks. The extra stress. Like there are much bigger fireworks displays than in our neighborhood. Now, granted, I'm in a suburb. These people, number one, they're shooting them off within 150 feet. And I hate to say that I know the law. I know the law. They're shooting off within 150 feet of a house. All of them suck. Like these dudes behind me. This one, hey, I'm just gonna say this dude works at Nationwide behind me, and I'm name dropping Nationwide. Dude's got a $700,000 house.
Right.
His fireworks suck. He spent so much money to put in a pool and everything, and I hear him rocking all hours of the day. And honestly, if I didn't hate his use of stupid fireworks so much, I'd probably think he was a cool guy. Because, like, all right, I'm hearing the music. I'm like, all right, I'm down. Pool's not bad. But, like, dude, really, like, you can afford better fireworks. It's just enough to piss people off. And
no, stop, do better.
For real. Oh, dude, I will literally like, hey, if guys for some reason listening, yeah, I'm the one that blares the police sirens over the loudest speaker I can to send a hint that, you know what, bro, it's past 11 o'clock. The law states 11 o'clock, and I know how I sound. I'm a Karen. It's way past 11 o'clock, and it's Sunday night, bro. Like you had Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're still like, you couldn't use up all the fireworks. You didn't have a plan. You know what? When I do fireworks, I have the electronic little igniters so that I can pre-program to the beat of all the songs, and I have a playlist, and it's spectacular. I'm like, next year, I feel like doing it all up and just blowing him out of the water, just upstaging his little piddly. It just loud stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry. Got it 100%.
So I gotta tell you this. I love fireworks. I'm the guy who likes blowing them.
I love them, except I would love 100 feet away from my suburb yuppie home.
I see. We shoot them off out in the cul-de-sac, but we didn't this year. So you'd hate to be my neighbor. But for me, I had to go to work on Saturday. So Friday night, Friday night, 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm trying to go to bed. Out here, like, and my dog is just going, huh? I'm like, it's okay. They stopped. I don't know, probably 11:30. I think they finally stopped. But I mean, I wasn't going to. It's July 4th. Everybody else is off. I'm the one that had to go to work on Saturday. So, but I mean, that was pretty much it around here. Nobody shot any off. Maybe a couple, but nothing big Sunday night. Most of ours were Thursday night, and the rest of them were all Friday night.
Within the allotted time and within the allotted hours, I don't care if you can only spend $20. Go have fun. It's the dude that just seems to always want to go outside the law and be cheap. You can't do both. You cannot do both. But yeah, Brad, exactly. Yeah.
Well, Cincinnati, you used to not be able to buy fireworks here. I think they changed the law last year.
Well, no, I don't know if I'm legally allowed to talk about this, but I don't care.
No.
Me and my
Nobody
uncles-
watches the show anyway. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so me and my uncles every year we got obsessed with fireworks. Yeah, you were not allowed to shoot fireworks off in Ohio, so we would go to Indiana to a place called Shelton Fireworks.
Oh yeah,
and we had to make up code names. And I'm trying to think of code names to my dad, and my dad's like, "Dude, you're gonna be toast, man." That was my nickname, was Toast, because I was crappy at thinking the names for myself. And so we went and got the fireworks and all that. And what's funny about my uncle is his next door neighbor was a firefighter, so you figured he'd be like, "You can't do that." Him and his kids are, "Yo, do the fireworks right now," and all that.
My neighbor's a cop. He doesn't care. He's like, I mean, if it gets too late, yeah, he'll go out and tell you that's enough. But he's like, yeah, shoot him off. So like I said, apparently you can buy them in Ohio now, which I didn't know that because I hadn't bought any. I don't think I bought any in 2 years. Because last year, I think we were out of town for July 4th. And then, I was just here by myself. So, I mean, I wasn't going to go blow stuff up.
I was about to use my debit card. My uncle's like, "Don't use your debit card. You use straight up cash."
Undercover.
So
That's great.
Okay. Now, I went to that exact fireworks store and used my debit card, and I didn't care.
Okay.
Nobody said anything. So, I don't sit there going, "You're an Ohio resident. You're going to jail." Like, that's not really. Especially when I have a cop that lives right across the street from me and knows I have them and is out there lighting them with me. So,
well, then I asked my uncle,
"He'll be all right.
Can we go stop and get something?" "No, we're not making any stops, Greg. We got to get straight back to the house," and all that. So, yeah.
Crip says, "Please stop by my house, Cap, before you buy fireworks down here in Myrtle Beach." There you go.
Now that you talk about, I don't know what it is, but fireworks are better around a beach.
Oh, they're awesome.
It's just
that's what I was jealous about. My wife was in Myrtle. She was literally in Myrtle Beach. What? And she's sending me snaps of fireworks going, that looks like a lot of fun. Thanks. I got to go to bed.
Chris said he remembers one year at 14 or 15 years old, the Ohio sheriff took his bag of fireworks. Wow. See,
Dude,
I never hear about that stuff.
We've done when I was a kid, we've done a lot of dumb crap, which I'm glad there wasn't videos back then. We never got in trouble. I mean, I remember bottle rockets. We used to put them on the street and shoot them straight up the street. One time I shot.
I used to shoot them by hand.
Yeah. And, we did that too. But one time I shot it. I put it on the street and shot it, and it went into my neighbor's garage. Right as soon as they pulled in, they closed the garage door. Boom! I'm like, oh shit!
Oh,
nothing happened. I don't know how.
Wow! So sheriff took him, didn't give him a ticket or anything.
Yeah.
The sheriff went by, went home. Oh yeah! Oh
Look
yeah!
what I got, boys. It's Christmas in July.
Every year, free fireworks.
All right, so I kind of named this Cincy Fireworks. The title here: Cincy Fireworks, Bengals, and Reds. Who can deliver the next championship? I think. Well, I'll just put it this way: I think it's going to be the Bengals. I think you're all probably going to agree with me. Hopefully, it's the Reds. I mean, hell, hopefully that happens this year. But I think the Bengals are the most. Are the most. How should I put this? Pieces in place to get the championship. Now we got to get Trey in. We got to get Shamar in. Obviously, defense has got to play better. Offensive line's got to play good. But the Reds, they're just too up and down. I mean, at least it's July, and we're still talking about the Reds, and they're not just falling flat on the face. Last year, I'm like, we were done. I'm like, I can't wait for football.
They're still finding their way.
Yeah.
Whereas the Bengals have a little bit of experience through adversity and still finding a way to win.
Mm-hmm.
The Reds are still trying to learn that, which I think we talked about that early in the season where, under Terry, he's going to have to, everybody's going to have to learn how to be that team that he wants them to be. And we've seen glimpses of that, which is great. Like some of these crazy comeback wins. I feel like just like Joe Burrow loves to be down a couple of touchdowns. I'm like, oh, yeah, the Reds, they're down 3 runs in the first inning. Shit, they love this. This is where they live.
Paul says the Reds don't have cap space. Actually, they do because there is no cap in Major League Baseball. Now, will Castellini go spend the money? That's another thing entirely different there. But for me, a guy like Greg, you said to go get the bat. I would love them to go get a power hitting bat. We struggle against left-handers, and we need that bat, and we need these guys to get consistent. I've been a huge fan and proponent for CES, but daggone it, man, he cannot get. He's healthy, but he can't hit consistently. he made that error where he cut in front of Ellie on Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, I mean, Abby got out of it, thank God. But that's still stuff you can't have happen. And I love Matt McLean, Matty Bats. But they moved him back up to the two-hole hitter. I think he's like over 12. He's over the whole series for Phillies or against the Phillies. So I think it's time to move him back down. That's the thing is we can't get anybody to consistently have consistent bats. When these guys came up as rookies, one thing I was impressed with is how they battled at bats. They never gave away at bats. They would foul pitches off. They battled them. And that's what the Phillies were doing all weekend. Every at bat was a consistent professional at bat. We have too many where we just give away at bats. You can't just like the pitcher yesterday against the Phillies had yesterday was one pitch away from a perfect game. That you can't do a whole lot about. I mean, he was just on his game. We got one homer off him. But Saturday's game was the one I want to go back to where that's the one we should have pulled out because you can't go 2-4 in a road trip like that. You gotta win because it ain't going to get any easier. I mean, the Marlins are coming to town, but they're they're one of the hottest teams in baseball right now.
Hey, are you streaming on Twitch?
Yeah. Hey, somebody actually, I've been doing that for somebody actually. What's up? I finally got somebody to comment on Twitch. Yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch for like a year now. I haven't got much out of it. Brad here. The Reds have.
I'm a Twitch kid, so I saw the Twitch. I'm like, oh, now granted, I see the flag, yeah. But hey, shout out for popping in the random sports talk.
I appreciate it. Brad here. The Reds have known since last season they might need a right fielder that can hit the cover off the ball every trip to the plate. I mean, now they made two really good acquisitions. I think Austin is very good, and I hate when I can't think of people's name. The second baseman we got from the Dodgers. Well, I know this is
Gavin Lux.
Lux, yeah, Lux. I can't want to say Lutz. Lux. Lux has been awesome. I mean, he is a professional at bat for us. He's not really a left fielder, but he does okay out there.
That was good fortune to pick him up.
Yeah, but
Lux,
Lux,
good fortune. No.
Yes, I got it. But Brad's right. They need to pick up another power bat in right field, and it's hurting us right now. I mean, Reese Hines, look, I love the kid. I don't. He can't get it done. We've seen enough of him that it might be time to move on from him. And I don't know. I mean, you got to get somebody out there who can consistently hit for power. Somebody who scares you in the line. We got Ellie. But we need somebody else. We need prime Joey Votto. That would be awesome if we had him. Okay, Greg.
The thing of it is, it's like I just think they're scared. I get it. You got a lot of good prospects. I get it with pitching. People are even have to say, if you have pitching, get more pitching. I totally get that. But you got to, it just seems like they get cold feet making a big trade. I mean, you got to. I mean, this is how it goes. To get a good player, you got to give up probably more than you should sometimes. That's just how it goes. You got to take that chance.
Well, I don't like Nick Krall's comment. He's like, well, we'll wait and see. I hate that. I don't want to see how we'll wait and see because I think he's too afraid to trade away the farm. But eventually you're going to have to. That's why you stockpile these guys. That's why you stockpile these shortstops. That's why you stockpile these pitchers because you're not going to have room for them all. And you can trade some of them, which they've done in the past, to get that bat, to get that extra pitcher. I mean, hell, how would you like to have the Cuban Missile back? Chapman. I mean, he's still throwing 100 miles an hour. I mean, he might be available. I think
that's
Chapman,
crazy.
Chapman was guaranteed you a pizza literally every single season.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Pizza. But yeah,
the Roses did not like Chapman. I can tell you that because that hurt their business big time.
It was fun though. I mean,
it was fun. Yeah.
And I think the drives you nuts. This is the most consistent pitching the Reds have had for a while, and I'm one like that too because I always remember the Atlanta Braves. I mean, when they first started on their run, they didn't have a lot of offense. They was pitching. I mean, you had David Justice, you had Ron Gant, but you had Sid Bream and whoever they had shortstop. They didn't have a lot, but they took that pitching to the World Series. Now they didn't win it until 1995, but at least they got there, and that's where I'm like, all right, you got this pitching, I thought this pitching would carry us a little bit more than it has, but it's just we can't score consistently enough, and that has been the biggest problem this year. Despite the mess ups we had on base running, despite the errors we had in different spots, we haven't scored enough consistently. It's the bottom line. We have not scored it consistently enough.
I'm going to get derailed probably for saying this. I love Ellie. Ellie's exciting to watch. He sells tickets, but the strikeouts. Look, Tony Gwynn, he's one of the best hitters of all time, but he has struck out more times than Tony Gwynn did in his career. No, Tony Gwynn played for like 18 seasons. Ellie's still a great player to watch. Don't get me wrong, but man, the strikeouts. Woof.
Well, I'll tell you this. Good.
I'm with you.
Oh, I was just saying, Cap, don't get mad at me.
No, I won't say that, very, very much in public, because I tell Jess all the time, like, hey, I know it's a hot take, but like Ellie is that level of superstar that now I've seen it more lately. I've seen those clutch plays, those amazing moments when we needed it the most. But I feel like for a lot of games, I'm expecting, okay, he's got to get it done. And no, there's an error, there's an errant throw, there's a strikeout the worst possible time. And I'm like, I don't care that he's the first person that hit this crazy 17-leg parlay of stats. I care. I want him top 5 of a few, like Joe Burrow. But hey, I've said the same thing about Joe Burrow. He is right now the number 1 quarterback in the league. But Super Bowl, there were some easy throws he should have made. There were a couple of plays he left on the. I get it.
We saw that last year, Cap. I mean, that's the thing too. Is I know everybody keeps blaming the defense for our losses, but there were a couple games our offense just needed to go get a first down and make an easy throw, or don't fumble it, or make that interception. Because I keep going back. I think it's the Ravens game at home. Burrow made that interception down in the red zone. And that's when the Ravens started coming back. Now, fumbled the ball and did some other stuff in that game too. But and Joe knows that. And that's where Joe said, I've got to get better. And those are the things he's talking about is he's that dude. He's that quarterback. I've got to clean this stuff up. And I think he's going to this year. But again,
what I don't know about baseball is how does Ellie clean his things up?
The strikeouts, he's gotten better. His bat discipline has gotten a lot better. It's going to keep growing. If he wants for me, and he's got to know how many outs there are. that's just look at the scoreboard. You got to know how many outs there are.
Yeah, that one jogging section.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's just
thank God we won that game.
Well, for me, the thing I've said this since he got here. Arroyo is a Gold Glove shortstop that's in the minors. If he ever comes up here and can hit, Ellie's going to be moved to the outfield. And look, people have been like, you can't move him to the outfield. Like, dude, you put Ellie De La Cruz in the outfield with his speed and his range. He's Ken Griffey Jr. His arm. He's Ken Griffey Jr. out in center field. I'm like,
he'll throw home.
Yeah.
He'll throw straight home. Like, it's insane.
It'd be 105 miles an hour or whatever.
Yeah. Well, defense, a lot of the fans, they get annoyed. A great defensive player can't hit. I mean, Tucker Barnhart, one of the best defensive catchers of all time. We got so spoiled with Tucker Barnhart, how good he was to play. He actually got well as a hitter near the end. But everybody's like, and I'm not coming at Tyler Stevenson. He's a good, decent catcher all around, but he's nowhere where Tucker Barnhart was defensively.
Oh, no. I mean, no.
I'm just saying what Tucker Barnhart did, we got very spoiled by. Yeah.
The funny thing is when Tucker got his Gold Glove is when he actually started hitting.
Yeah.
That's all it cracks me up. You can have guys who've been great glove men their whole career and never win a Gold Glove. And then one year they do what they've always done with the glove and they actually hit the ball like, oh, you're a Gold Glover. Like, he's been a Gold Glover. But yeah, Tucker Barnhart was awesome. Shout out to him. He just announced his retirement over the weekend too. So his career is coming to an end. And he's the guy and he mentioned he was on Lance McAllister's show Thursday night, I think it was, that he's interested in being a coach somewhere. Dude, if I'm the Reds, when do you want to start? Because his baseball mind, I think he'd make a very good maybe manager someday. but at least you got to get him in as a catcher's assistant or something at first. Get him in the door that way. Go ahead, Greg.
Well, Jeff, you look at a lot of managers were catchers because you got to think catchers are like the main ones in charge. They see the whole field. They call the pitches. Tucker Barnhart would be a great manager someday. I mean, I'm happy with Terry right now, but I'm just saying, if Terry decides to step down, I don't know if Tucker's ready yet, but eventually,
no, not now. Well, yeah,
I would have no problem seeing Tucker being a manager. I think he'd be a great manager.
Now, one good thing we did have over the weekend, and I think Natty Ron put it in the chat, if I can find it, is FC won, and they are in first place, which I can't find the comment now.
Yeah, but Brad M said, I think FC has a chance to win it all this year. And it's crazy because
they might win it first.
when they ran a couple of years back, they were just running away with everything. Every time I looked, they were like 5 points ahead, 6 point, like just something crazy where it just felt so dominant.
Yeah.
And everyone's talking about Lucho. Now,
Vander. It's a Vander now, baby. He picked up right where Lucha left off.
Exactly. And I just feel like when I'm listening to games, I'm not hearing that same, adoration. Although the last one, I think somebody mentioned properly, like, hey, he's having an MVP type season here. Yeah. So it's like, somehow we pick him up and don't miss a beat. But because we're only 1 point or 2 points ahead, it's easy to forget. And I saw that standing. I was like, I guess I thought because they've had some rough patches that they weren't in first place. Holy cow. Yeah. Brad M. Exactly. They're in first place and playing well. That could be it this year.
Natty Ron's like, Lucha who? Lucha who? There you go. He's
some of the stuff that I know about Lucho is just, there's some stuff I wish I didn't know.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that. Let's get to Dustin here. Sleeper player for the Bengals this year, Cole Taylor, tight end in West Virginia. He was a priority free agent. The Bengals and Charlie Goldschmidt said in minicamp he just moves differently just to watch. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye on him. Cole Taylor, which I mean, that's one of the guys. That is something I have wanted to talk about here. I've been spewing nonstop about how great this offense is going to be. And I do. I think this offense is going to be great. I think the offensive line is going to be better. I hope it's an actually good offensive line, but we'll find out. But the tight end room, I am concerned about that because we lost our best tight end. We've got Mike G, who's a great receiver, not much of a blocker. You got Drew Sable, who's a really good blocker, not much of a receiver. They loved running that two tight end set last year. Are they going to do that as much with Mike G and Sample out there, or is they going to have to change that about? Two rooms. I wish they would have added. Well, I wish they would have added two veteran guards, but that's neither here nor there. I wish they would have added to the safety room and at least to the tight end room. Are you guys? What's your thoughts on the tight end room? Greg, go ahead.
One of my biggest breakout players, McLaughlin, who we drafted last year. They have high hope. They have high hopes for him. I mean, this is his chance this year. He did a great. I think he broke Gronk's records at Arizona. So I was very high on him, but he didn't get enough playing time last year because of the depth, I guess. So this is his chance right now to prove himself this year, in my opinion.
Cap, your thoughts?
He took the words right out of my mouth. I was going there, and I see questions that Dustin answering. The Cole is receiving tight end and a decent blocker, very crisp route runner. So hey, he'd be creeping up there.
I'll go with this one from Crip. Gentlemen, I really believe this year is going to be Coach Taylor's greatest year yet. But unfortunately, it's going to be a Dan Pitcher legendary season, and he leaves as a season. I can totally – I mean, put it this way. I think Pitcher is gone after this season no matter what happens with the Bengals. I think our offense is going to look so good, somebody's going to snag him. Hopefully, it's with Lombardi, and if they have to wait till the end of the season to get him. But I will be shocked if this offense does what I think it's going to do, that he's not considered or somebody takes him next year.
Well, I want to add on, with the Reds, it's the Bengals too. It's like, Chase Brown, they were ranking the top 10 running backs, I think, coaches and players. Chase Brown didn't even make the top 10. I think I read somewhere he was like number 21. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Chase
Brown should at least be in the top at the very least top 15. But this goes on like with the Reds in the All-Star game. How we only have one All-Star. It's just ridiculous. But you know what? Like I was talking to Chop on the show. I like it when people turn their backs on us because that's when we show ourselves pretty much.
That's what happened in 21. Nobody thought we were going to do anything.
Exactly. But Chase Brown, that is just that is ridiculous that he's not getting the respect he deserves right now. Absolutely ridiculous.
Michael Madden bringing it. Yeah, Eric All, like I am praying that he can get over this and just the rest of his career be completely healthy because the way that dude moves, the way what we saw in the limited time we got to see him, man, he's special.
He was the most complete tight end we've had.
Yes.
Since again, I can't think of his name. Who was the tight end with Andy Dalton that kept getting hurt? Why can't I think of people's names anymore?
Eifert.
Yeah, thank you. I need like a list of just names because I see their face. He was number 85. I know exactly what it is. I couldn't think of anything, but I think he was the most complete tight end we had since Eifert. I mean, he was unbelievable. Let's see here. We'll get to. I agree with Dustin on this one. He said, which this is true. I'm concerned about Lucas Patrick's knee. He had an brace all mini camp. Kind of looked gimpy. Yeah. When I was there on the bridge, he was in a leg sleeve. He was walking around and kind of helping the guys out, but he wasn't participating that I saw in minicamp. This is where I go back to where I hope they try Rivers, the rookie we got, they try him at guard and see what he can do. Now, it's not the best idea to have two rookie at guard, but if they're your two best players, that's what I want. I want the two best players. I at least want Rivers to be given a shot at it because I personally think eventually that's his position. And dude, he's as big as Orlando Brown and Mims. If we had the biggest damn offensive line in the world. So I like I said, I personally keep saying this. I think it's going to be Cody Ford and Fairchild. I've been saying that all along, especially with him had the knee hurt. We'll see. Let's see here. Lucas Patrick did that one. Here, Chris says not getting a free agent guard could end up hurting us really bad. Yep, I agree with on that one. Dustin, we have 12 days until rookies report, which means 8 business days. We need to start to see movement on Stewart and Knight's contract ASAP. Look, it's going to happen like the day before. Stewart, Knight, and Trey, if they get signed and it doesn't go to trade camp, it's going to happen the night before or a couple of days before. That's just the way it goes. I hope I'm wrong, but that's the way I think it's going to be.
Yeah, we had Jay Morrison on our show. He said he'd be shocked as Trey's time before training camp. I just don't want to do drama, but you know what? I'm just thinking to myself, this is all going to get done. This is just how business goes. I just want it to get done so we can.
The thing is, like, look, everybody keeps giving us crap about not signing Trey. What about the Pittsburgh Steelers? They still haven't signed T.J. Watt. And look, I'm telling you guys, this is Tomlin's last year, I think, no matter what. Aaron Rodgers is gone after this year. They made a stupid trade. I don't care what anybody says. It's a stupid trade. Yes. When they got rid of Mika Fitzpatrick and got an old quarterback and got a tight end for what? You already had 2 tight ends. You added another one. What do you freaking do?
Clearly,
this is going to blow up on them. I really do. And I don't think they're going all in. And that's where my point is. That's where I think they are not wanting to sign TJ Watt to a long-term contract because they think this is a 1-year shot. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to blow it up next year. And they don't want to give $40 million to TJ Watt and then have to try to trade him because by then he'll be 31. So all this crap, everybody keeps getting mad at the Bengals for not signing Trey. What about the Steelers? They're in the same boat.
You know,
they're exempt. They're exempt from that. Hey, Braden Dunn. My boy, Braden Dunn. What's up, fools?
Braden's in the house. Yeah,
Braden.
Old man Rogers.
Rogers, man, I'm a little older than Aaron Rodgers, and I cannot believe he's going to get out there.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like I want to try for like the sequel to Rudy, and this time it's some old ass dude that gets a shot. You know, I don't know about 1 year in me, but I got one game. I can just throw it all out there and say, you know what, joints and arthritis be damned. One game.
One game. I do.
Rudy 2.
It's called the return of Cap. Braden, miss you guys. Once we recover from the surgery,
man, heal up soon. I hope it was easy. I don't know about it, but hopefully it wasn't a big deal, Braden.
I didn't know.
Every surgery is a big deal, but glad to see you're on here coming.
Yeah, prayers for you, brother. Dustin, as well-respected writer Michael Reif said, he thinks Pittsburgh I've said this. He thinks Pittsburgh's gotten worse, and they will actually have a losing year. Which
they will never have a losing year, though. They're freaking zombies.
They're going to go 9-8 or something like that.
Dude, they could seriously. The team could all go on strike, and they just fill in a bunch of replacements. And speaking of sequels, that could literally they'll go 9-8. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know.
It makes me sick. I'll never write them off again. I don't care. You can put an offensive lineman under center to throw the ball, and I'll be like, they're gonna win 9 games.
They're gonna this is where I think the season's gonna go. They're gonna be 10-7.
Tomlin 10 wins. Like Tommy 2 times. Tomlin 10 wins. They're
gonna go 9-7 or whatever, or 8-8. Is whether that's or 9-8, whatever it is now, the odd number. It's just annoying. But I mean, I don't even consider them a threat to us, to be honest. I mean, I'll be honest. Baltimore, they've won the division. They're on top right now. It's between us and them. I think I really do. And I know. Let's see here. Tony said this. He said, this ain't happening. He said, if Cleveland wins the Super Bowl before us, they need to clean house in the front office. There is no freaking way.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
There is no way Cleveland is winning.
Yeah, I think even the most stout supporters would be pissed and be like, done. Like, seriously, change needs to happen. There's no way. Yeah. So, Braden, you tore your meniscus. Oh, on vacation too, man.
Oh.
We gotta have some makeup vacation wins for you come football season.
Exactly.
Glad to hear you're doing all right, though, bro.
Hey guys, I need to hop off here and all that. It was good seeing you guys.
All right, Greg.
Yes, sir, Greg. Love you, man.
Love you guys. Take care. Who
dey? Thank God he left. I was kidding.
Man, I miss everybody.
I miss Greg. I'm kidding. Greg knows I'm kidding. Natalie Rahan, man, I was gonna say right. Pittsburgh stinks. Who gives a snuff about that team? I don't.
And again, Pittsburgh does stink. They actually have an app you can download on your phone, iOS and Android, to report all the horrible smells. It is such a problem. You won't find that in Cincinnati. Go look. There's not a Cincinnati app to report horrible smells, but there is an app when you're in Pittsburgh that you can report all the shitty smells you smell as you walk around the city. There is an app on iOS and Android because it stinks. Pittsburgh stinks.
Are you serious? Is there really an app? Is that the truth?
Yeah. Go look it up. Anybody in chat right now doesn't believe me, go look it up right now. There is an app to report how bad Pittsburgh stinks, and it is from the Pittsburgh city. It's from the government. They know they stink, so they put out this app to report it. It's not a troll.
The funny thing, look, the first time I ever went to Pittsburgh, my son, I think I've told everybody this. My son played travel hockey growing up. That's why when he was growing up, I had no time to do anything like this because we were always gone every weekend. But one of the first trips we went to Pittsburgh.
Who dey, T-Briggy?
Yeah, who dey? She's in the chat. Dude, we got back and our car stunk. I'm like, what? I kept asking people, the parents from the team. I was like, does your car still smell? Like, oh god, yeah, it smells horrible. I'm not kidding. It's like, man, it's a stench from there we couldn't get rid of. I don't know. Bro here says 100% true. I think it's like their water or sewer district.
It's the ghost of Ben Roethlisberger's ass. It just lingers.
Just lingers.
T-Brookie. Oh, go ahead. Something learned from Pittsburgh though, and I mean their defense gotten old and will not be as good as always has been. Yeah, so much as we want to old players, NFL young man for it. Yep.
Man, that's the thing. Their defense is old. Their defense is old. They're counting on an old defense. I'm like, they're going to keep going downhill.
But they are. Whatever it is, well coached, or they're just really good at instilling that that Steeler pride. Oh God. Dry heave. Yeah, whatever that means, they do seem to get the best out of everybody, but they're also very good picking up talent. Like I'll never forget seeing TJ Watt. I'm like, holy hell, that's a Watt. That dude's going to be a beast. I'm like, I don't even care. I didn't watch him in college. He's going to be a beast. Oh, Pittsburgh selects. I'm like, oh my God. That happened with Shazier. Just recently happened. I'm like, you have got to stop this. They're really good at picking up these blue chippers. But T. Brookie overnight in Lexington for wife's eye surgery. Prior to the wife's eye surgery. Hopefully it is smooth sailing.
Exactly.
The surgeons are having the best day ever. It's easy. And hope they're returning.
Good luck to your wife. Prayers for her. And I hope she definitely gets her sight back. That's some serious stuff there. Stranger, you can avoid getting dirty in Pittsburgh. Coke dust is everywhere from all the years of the steel.
So
there you go.
Like cocaine dust?
I don't know.
From the steel or from the people who worked around steel?
Who did cocaine? They used to do coke while they were on steel. I don't know.
I don't know that I would. Like I've been in steel mills. I don't know if I'd be doing any drugs in a steel mill.
Well,
it can go bad.
You might have to do it. You might have to do it just to get through your day because that job would suck. I think Steelers have jumped the shark this year to be a head case in one room. Yes, I agree with you. Stranger, Coke is a cold. Really? Wow. I did
not. I learned something today, Stranger. Thank you. I did not. Okay.
Coke producing the steel.
Chris, I learned. Chad, it's awesome.
Learn something every day. I like that.
There we go. This is an educational program.
Hey, you learned some stuff here with the Iceman and Cap. Let's see here. I'm having fun just going through the chat here. Jethro, does Pittsburgh smell better or worse than Georgetown, South Carolina? That is the place who has the paper mill down here. I have to take your word for it. I have no idea. I don't think
I've heard that about paper mills. It's just a gross, funky smell.
Oh, we got the funk. Gotta have that funk.
Not that different kind of funk.
Oh, sorry.
You don't want this funk. Dustin Croft, TJ Watt, age slow down the stretch. He didn't do anything in the closing weeks of regular season and no show against the Ravens playoffs. Just saying Bengals, something to learn from that. I got you.
I think Dustin's one leaning more toward not signing Trey, which look, I've said this a million times. I don't think it'll benefit Trey to miss games. That's me. I don't think it's going to benefit him at all to miss games. You can miss training camp, which I don't want you to, but if you miss games and you're 30 years old and you have less games to produce and prove what you've done the last 2 years, you're going to continue to do it. I hope he doesn't miss anything. I hope it's exciting. But
I do. Because he can be that elder statesman on the defense. He's still got enough in the tank. Now, I wouldn't say we need to start doing that left and right. And we've lost some guys. DJ Reader was partly that casualty, and I wish we would have kept him too.
I've said that a lot.
But if you're going to do that, you can't lose both. You can't keep losing just because they get older, unless you're, in my opinion, unless you're nailing the draft. Now, we've got some exciting stuff going on this year. We also have two guys that aren't signed yet, which I'm not worried about one of them. I am worried about Baby Gronk's agent.
I think we're about signing Baby Gronk. I'm like, we're signing Baby Gronk now?
We might get pitched. He might pitch that to us. I don't know.
He might.
Apparently that's getting to some people because one of the guys on Twitter was talking smack. And I guess the graphic designer for the agency started to chime in. First, he was like, LOL. And then, he clapped back and okay, I'll get right on that. So they know they're being laughed at.
It's not by anything. It had nothing to do with this show at all. We had nothing whatsoever to do that.
I don't think people realized the Baby Gronk thing until we really, really started hammering the Baby Gronk thing. And now everyone's talking about the Baby Gronk thing, which is kind of funny.
It is funny. It's very funny. I got to ask Dale about this. Chillicothe had Ohio had a paper mill it was downtown. It's stuck downtown. I have to ask Dale about that. I don't know. She said had, or he said had. So I don't know if it's
wow.
there.
So Dustin's saying that Reader might get released already from Detroit.
Really?
And so Dustin's 100% right. I don't want to waffle. I don't. I'm not going to. I am going to stand firm that there are those special players that I think we should extend. But I'm also not going to be – you're not going to see me like banging garbage cans and freaking out and yelling about the front office when we don't, because he's right. We will sometimes overvalue our own players. And maybe we rightly value those players, but – that doesn't mean that other teams will. Right. So, hey, I mean, God, that'd be a great reunion.
Yeah, I mean, I would, if they do release him. And the thing is, we got TJ Slayton, and I love DJ. All right, don't get me wrong, I love DJ, but I really think TJ Slayton is going to be a really, really good for us. But if you can get him and you get him at the right price, hell yes, bring DJ Reader back. I would be all for it.
The right price is always key.
Exactly. Dustin, what's up with our Bengals social media team? Seems like they had a lot of departures in the last 3 or 4 years. I know there are always opportunities out there, but it would be nice to see employer retention. I have no idea. I don't know what their social media team is.
Some of the people that worked behind the scenes did so for a very long time, like Mina Creamer. She moved on to another opportunity. Sometimes because they promoted a lot from within to build out that social media and the production team. Will Blackwell, I believe he came from Kansas City. He I believe won an Emmy or something.
Ooh,
like he was an award winner. Like the fact that we got him was huge. A lot of people learned some good things under him. He went and moved on to a bigger role, and he's staying in Cincy. Like I ran into him at a couple of games, and he's in the stands and stuff. I thought it was so cool. Great dude, love him to death. Seth, I believe, is still with the organization and moved on. Like I know he said some cryptic stuff about changes or whatever, but to the best of my knowledge, that was promotion or he's doing more. I
know the guys who did the video for you and Jess for Fan of the Year. One of them was leaving. He told me that. I got his number because I was contacting him to find out where to meet him at, and I was like, yeah, if you guys ever want anything else, he goes, yeah, I'll pass your name along. And then he's like, 'cause I'm leaving. I'm like, oh, of course. I thought you get a number to somebody with the Bengals and you're leaving.
And sometimes, honestly, they've got a good thing going, so people can use that as a stepping stone to get a higher paying job or more responsibility or more, because it's a tough competitive field. So a lot of that is good.
Trust me, I've been trying to get a job in radio for 30 years. So yes, it's I can't imagine what social media is like.
Yeah, there's good attrition, there's bad attrition. If they hate you and they're leaving, you don't want that. But if they're skilling up and they're moving on, and that's what a lot of people are doing, then it's good. Now, I know Reagan, recent departure, and I believe that was her very first gig.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it was probably the rockiest that we've seen in the past few years. But she did try different things. She did do different things with that social media. So I'm not here to judge good or bad. I like
Marissa Contapelli is awesome. She's awesome. She's still there.
Which she blows my mind, because to see her rise into, we're going to lose her eventually. I tell her every time I see her, it's like, it's a matter of time before NFL Network gives her a call.
She's good. She's really
good. To see how much she's grown in her role from when she started, like, I feel like she's Kay Adams. Like to hear her talk about she's so good. She's a great person.
I'm trying to get her on the show, but she's a very busy woman. I'm excited about this tomorrow night. Brookie, did you see Jay Morrison got a preview of the quarterback doc, and Joe Burrow is getting the majority of the screen time? Exactly. That is tomorrow night on Netflix. I don't know what time it drops, but I cannot wait. And the interesting thing is, I also how they do this. Like, they filmed it, both of them, Hard Knocks and quarterback at the same time. So, but you're going to see different stuff, and you're going to get, I think, more in-depth look into Burrow. And what I'm interested in is because what I read the article, they zoom in on Joe after we had that win, and he's on his phone, and that's when he finds out his house got broken into. That's going to be interesting to see how that. We're not going to see his house get broken into or anything, but just how he dealt with that, because he's a very private person. So I know that bothered him a lot, because I just remember. Good.
Did you see the? I saw it first on ML Football, but a lot of people were talking about it. The streamer Neon. Burrow was out at a. It seemed it was a private party. A big ass venue overlooking the ocean in Malibu.
Okay.
Which I mean is fairly common. Like Joe Burrow is going to be one of those socialite athletes.
Right.
Joe Burrow's got fashion sense. You saw the clip already from the show, which just FYI, people, the ops, the critics are going to come for him because there he is.
Worse than last year with the backless jacket. So
there he is talking about, all this fashion stuff and the bag, what he's going to wear. I'm like, you know what, whatever. Joe Burrow's mom was in the fashion industry, and so that imparted some interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I totally get it, because you know what? I've known fashion designers in New York, like lower level fashion. It's fascinating stuff. And he is a man of culture. He is an extremely intelligent guy. He's going to be a socialite. He's going to be rubbing elbows with some of the elite as far as social circles. So he's out there in Malibu partying. But like you said, he's chilling to himself. There were some people there that he knew, and I'm sure that he hung out with. But at the time, Neon, the streamer, which I'll admit, I have no clue who this dude is.
I still have no clue who he is, but go ahead.
And he doesn't look like if he wasn't streaming, no one would know who he was. Hey, there are a lot of streamers out there. The clip that I saw, like, I was thinking, first thought in my mind, and I hate to be mean, but I'm like, did this dude bathe today? Like, he's just one of those, one of those dudes. And I'm like, I don't know anything about him. He might be huge. Now, Joe, they put the cameras over and everything, and they're all looking at Joe, and Neon asked him if he wanted to be part of something. He's like, no, I'm good. Thanks. I'm just chilling.
Right.
And that was it. And then it seems like this dude later acted like, like Joe Burrow's suing me. He's reading something off, and I'm like, it's probably fake. Like, dude, come on, get Joe Burrow's name out your mouth for stuff like that.
Well, it's like that one where he was at the Fanatics Fest or whatever, and he's walking down the street, and people were like, Joe, can you please sign an autograph? Joe. I'm like, dude. And he didn't sign the autograph. It's like, you know how many times these guys get asked for their autograph over? And I'm like, dude, sometimes I'm like, dude, just leave me alone, brother.
Joe has a limited social battery from what I can see.
Yeah. He doesn't like it. He's shy. He's getting better at it, but he doesn't like that.
Because again, I've probably compared myself to Joe Burrow a few too many times, but hey, his mom said so. So
his mom said I could, so there you go.
But from that, it's not that I don't like. It's just so like game day. That is my moment to be. Anybody wants to hug me, fist bump, talk to me, photos, whatever. I'm all about it. I cannot do that 24/7. And it's not that I don't like it. It's just I'm a little weird. That's the way I say it. Sometimes I need to withdraw into my little corner because I was an introvert growing up. I learned to be an extrovert. And I feel like that's a little bit about, Joe too. He's also being very, very intelligent. He's very introspective. I could see him just sitting there thinking about stuff. Paul Williams, yes, there's a time and a place. And you would think now, Fanatics Fan Fest, if the athletes there, people get autographs, you would think that might be.
But look, he's out on the street. Is what I look at the video I saw. He's out on the street walking.
Yeah, so he just spent his entire day,
right? Yes,
long day, because he's signed by Fanatics. So he has obligations to Fanatics. People forget about that. So he had all that work all day long. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am absolute fro, and I appreciate that. That's a compliment, and I'm glad that you recognize that. That means you're awesome too. He spends all that time and energy. And then, you know what? He's off the clock.
Yeah.
Like, man, give him a fist bump. Give him a WHO DEY.
Yeah.
Give him hey, Joe, we love you.
What's up, Joe? That's it.
Yeah. Give him a wave.
Yeah.
That's it. That would go so. And if Joe wants to turn around and have a quick chat, he will. Yeah. And I guarantee you.
I've seen him do that and come walk back from practice. Most time he might stop and sign autographs for a little bit. Sometimes he's just talking to somebody and he's focused and he just wants to get in there. But I've seen it where there was a group of probably college kids out there trying to get his autograph and stuff. And I'm not kidding. He walked there and talked to them for a good 5 minutes or whatever, just because he hit it off with him and started talking to him. And that's what he did. So, I mean, it just depends on, because there are times where he's walking back and him and Jake Browning are talking. And I'm like, what's up, Joe? That's about all I get. Because they're talking football. You can tell. Yep. You tell what he's talking. Like, I'm talking football. I got something happened on the field. Yeah, something happened on the field, and I want to work through it. Or that's what he's doing, and that's what we're paid. That's what he's paid to do.
T. Briggy gets it. Talking about introverts can be extroverted at work, but have to recharge. Yep, absolutely. In sales for 40 years, in an introvert, it's bingo. I forced myself into sales to get over being an introvert. So yeah,
I've always been a very introverted person. It's very hard to get me to talk.
Rob, I want to.
Why did anyone believe that?
Rob, one of these shows I want to talk to you about the teeth, because I've thought about doing the Hollywooding that he got. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'll just come out and say. So what they'll do is there's different ways that they do it, but I want to know what you did at some point and how you like it, how it went. Because I've heard some you got to be real careful about the orthodontist that you choose and what they take.
That's what I wonder. How long does it take to do
I don't know. But for example, me, okay, my teeth aren't that bad, but these two little buck teeth, little buck tooth, and they're not necessarily flat across. So what they'll do is, I think they shave them down a little bit and then put caps on. I think they have to shave them because the enamel. Caps on them, Yep. And then what they would do is, which side? Yeah. So then instead of the points, I got the little shark teeth. Instead of the points, they'll be more flat at the bottom, so you get that Hollywood smile. Mm-hmm. And whitening's a separate part of that. Whatever.
He says, I'm on Twitter still. My wife is a doctor, so post-care was done.
Oh, nice.
At a clinic for 2 weeks, like they offered. There you go.
Rob living the life with a wife's a doctor. All right. Got the Hollywood teeth.
I'll see. And he's got the Hollywood headshot there. I mean, that's a good-looking dude right there.
Yeah, man, I'm jealous every time I see that. That dude.
They said one day. There you go, one-day procedure. There you go, Cap. In that one day. Bam.
And again, a million times over. I know a lot of people who've had it done, and it's funny because I'm staring at their teeth while they're talking. I'm like, I'm in love with your teeth. They look so good.
So your only fan is you like to want to look at people's teeth.
Only teeth.
Only teeth, yeah. Oh my God, her teeth are so good looking.
and I get it. People could talk oh, that's shallow and stuff like that. And I'll never forget the dude. I think his name is Jeff, a worse Jeff. You're a good Jeff. He's not. Talking about.
Thank you.
He was trashing me and Jess when we won Fan of the Year, and was telling somebody like, "Oh, if somebody said I've been at every game, I've never seen her once." I'm like, "Okay, you're a liar," because there was a couple of video things that would run. So she was on the Jumbotron every single game at one point or another. So I'm like, all right, number one, that dude's lying. And this dude responded, he's like, "Oh, if you ever want to find her, just look for a fake tan salon, whatever." I'm like, bro, if I ever he called me out. He said you should see him at the Taste of the Bengals, which I thought was weird because what? You should see me in business casual because I don't dress up. I've seen other people do it, face paint, everything. And I'm like, that's not really the appropriate venue for this. This is a charity event. I'm hanging out, talking to players, eating, drinking, enjoying, bidding on items to benefit the food bank and feed families. I'm like, what do you mean you should see him? You should see him having fun and benefiting charity. Like what? What a weird comment.
You should be normal. You really should be more casual. I mean, you should show up in a wife beater, I think.
Yeah, here we go. So yeah, I'm thinking I may have a conversation with this guy at the next. Redskins
officially delayed.
I may have to have a conversation with him and ask him if he'd like to say anything about my wife while I'm standing there, because I have a feeling the answer is going to be no. But hey, again, you want a tan? Tan. If you have the money, you're don't do anything crazy. Don't spend money on Hollywooding teeth if you don't have the money to do it. I wouldn't recommend that. But hey, if you're working hard and you want to do something you think is going to make you look better, hell yeah. I used to want to get my ears pinned back because they were stuck out so much, and then my head grew gigantic. Now
my head size grew into my ear size. Is that what you're trying to say?
They don't stick out as much because now I just have a gigantic head and a little tiny neck. But I grew the beard out, so you can't see how my pencil neck, and I'm basically my own bobblehead.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, buying teeth's like buying prescription glasses. How much you willing to spend? Rob, you still have to take care of them or like regular teeth. Heard someone get them so they don't have to. Oh hell no! Yeah,
you still have to brush them. Clearly,
yeah. In fact, even more because you don't want to get that work done.
Man, Rob says he got a friend got his ears pinned back in 3rd grade. Like that's awful young.
That's about the time I was because
but your head's gonna your body's gonna change. That's why you don't.
No one knew that though, because you've seen there are actors. The one redheaded kid that there are actors their ears just stick out for whatever reason. Mine were almost like that. I feel like, and then something happened, and maybe it was me as a kid, trying to squish him. I did. Kids are stupid. I did that. Yeah, I thought
it worked. Look at your ears now. They look nice and normal.
Yeah. Yeah, Rob. So yeah, he grew into his too. Or yeah, he did it, and then now they're basically invisible as an adult. Yeah, it might have been. Let's see. Yeah, all the games we went to were not here.
All the games we went to.
Yeah, two-bay hologram. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
People got to understand. Hey, if you want to win Fan of the Year, I've got a whole bunch of videos to put out because I have not, but to kick off the season, I want to start talking about that and thank a bunch of people. But yeah, if you want to be Fan of the Year, visibility helps. If you want to raise at work, visibility helps. If you want a promotion, visibility helps. If you want a new part, like you're single, you want a guy, a girl, whatever in between, visibility helps. Literally, sitting behind the scenes behind an anonymous account on social media bitching about everything is not going to get you recognized for Fan of the Year, Dad of the Year, Husband of the Year, Promotion of the Year. It's not going to help. And these miserable ass people will continue to do it because they're jealous and shitty. I'm sorry. Yeah, visibility does help. I'm sure visibility helped us out, but it wasn't the only thing. It wasn't just social media because we knew we were hanging out with Bengals executives prior to the suit. We were going to charity events prior to the suit. We got to know Marissa and Emily Parker. I had a lot of good conversations
awesome.
with Emily.
Emily's awesome. Emily's the reason I got to be on the video with Corey Dillon. Emily's the reason, because I remember talking to her at training camp. She goes, yeah. She goes, Corey's on your show a lot. I said, yeah, like every Monday. She's like, yeah, I said we should get you. I was like, well, thank you. That's right. She's the reason I got on there. So
yeah,
Emily's awesome. She's there. The dude, I met somebody. The few people I have met at the Bengals, they all been cool to me.
I mean, think about how much work and how much time, the amount of time and money and everything that you spent on this show in order to make the Corey thing happen, and then all of that and all that push for then Emily to suggest you be in that video. That didn't just happen overnight.
Well, no.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. If somebody asked me the other day how long I've been doing the show, I said I'm into my 8th year. I had started out sitting right over there with a camera or my iPad and just writing stuff down and recording and never ever thinking anybody would ever watch it. So, which 8 years later, I've got over 2,000 subscribers, and it's not, I mean, yeah, I put the work in, but it's everybody who watches the show and tweets it out and stuff like that. I appreciate that, because I've said this a million times. I would love to get paid to do this. I've been wanting to do that I'm 50 years old. I've been trying to get on radio for 30 years. So I get to do this now, and I enjoy every single minute of it. But yeah, it's a lot of work to do a podcast every single day, Monday through Friday, and try to find somebody to talk to. And sometimes I can't find it, but I just got to talk an hour by myself to the chat. And sometimes those are actually the most fun shows, as long as everybody's interactive in the chat. I'll sit there and talk, because I did a show. What was that? Wednesday last week. I wasn't even planning, because I was going to help Wednesday or Thursday. My days are getting confused. So I helped my son and his wife move into the new house. So I had to go do that. I couldn't do the show at 5:30. So I wasn't going to do one. And then I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'll just do one and see what happens. I didn't promote it. I didn't schedule it. I didn't do nothing. I just went on there and started talking. I want to talk about the Bearcats' new uniforms. And I had 60-something people on the show watching while I was doing it. I'm like, you guys are awesome, because I didn't promote this. I didn't do nothing. And y'all showed up and we're talking. And I think we had a good time. We talked for an hour. We talked for the Bearcats uniforms. We talked about the Bengals. We talked about the Reds. I love this stuff. And like I said, yes, I put a lot of work into it, a lot of money. But if people don't watch it, it wouldn't matter. And everybody watch it. And my chat is awesome. I love when you guys blow the chat up.
You got the most fun chat. I've been on other shows, and your chat, I love your chat. I love the people in it.
I try to get everybody on, because I can't get
T-Brookie. I appreciate you. Thank you. Rob, some good advice. You can't make someone who hates you for that reason happy no matter what you do. So you're better off ignoring them entirely. And I would say who hates you at all. Because I mean, there's
I ignore them. If they don't like you, I ignore them. Like, I mean,
there's some big Bengals fans who hate my guts, and I mean, there's nothing you can do. Like, I can't go around battling the lies told, all the little stories behind the scenes, trying to ruin my character. I'm like, all right, if you're going to believe that and not talk to me, that's on you. Like, I will talk to anybody. I'll hang out with anybody. So absolutely great advice, Rob. Dustin says, I think Bengals fans need to enjoy the ride more. Yes, we all want to win the Super Bowl, but your life isn't going to change. Just enjoy the journey. I cannot bold, circle, underline that enough. We're in the moment. We're all going to think our life's going to change.
Dude, I said that in the Super Bowl run. I remember in the middle of it, I told everybody, I said, please enjoy this. I said this because we haven't seen this since 1988. I was 12 when last time we had this run. Enjoy it, because I was like, yes, I think we're going to have multiple Super Bowls. I still think we are, but it's been 4 years and we haven't been back yet. I was like, enjoy, and that's the thing. Enjoy this stuff. Quit letting all this petty crap get in the way of stuff. I don't understand. Just in life, I'm not talking just Bengal fan. In life, quit letting the petty stuff bother you. Who cares if this guy doesn't like you or that girl doesn't like you? Fine. Screw them. You don't like me? Okay. I mean, I like everybody. I've said that a million times. You don't like me for what I say, what I do. Okay, that's a you thing. It's
you love, like, and tolerate people. You don't hate anybody.
No, I don't. I don't hate anybody. I don't.
Yeah, I will say I probably hate some people, but it's well deserved. It is well documented and well deserved.
As a religious man, I can't hate somebody. I just can't do that. So I'm not throwing that saying you're not or anything. I just can't do that. So I try my hardest to not do that. Like, look, you got issues, we'll talk about it. It's fine. I got a problem with it. I'll talk. You know, that's, and the thing is, you don't always have to agree. That's what's cool about sports debates. You can debate about sports and you don't have to agree, but you're still gonna be friends. That's great.
Rob, thank you for the compliments and then kind words. And Tony, I've said that before. If we don't, even if we win a Super Bowl, they're not going to respect it. They never will. There's always going to be excuses. If we would have won the Super Bowl that we should have won, they would have been harping on that T. Higgins
face mask
touchdown, which literally in full speed was a scrape, which is not by the letter of the rule considered a face mask. Slow-mo, it looks like if full speed, he could have held for a second and then let go. And that would have been the most amazing. That would have been way better than any catch that he would have ever had. Because
when we win a Super Bowl, I don't care what they say. They can say whatever they want.
Bingo.
We've got the ring. We've got the Lombardi. They can go. I don't care. It doesn't matter what they say. We have the Lombardi. Crip here, Jeffro. Forgive me, but you were saying I have to move somewhere else to have a meet and greet when you're in Myrtle Beach. No, I would forget you lived there, Crip. One of the times I went back down there.
I say when we win a Super Bowl off season, we plan a Bengals tour and hit like all the Bengals fans in Myrtle Beach. And if we've got friends and Bengals influencers in a city,
I'm not that big. I'm not that big. People are like, Strawberry who? Like, no, I'm not that big yet.
Oh, you're big.
Well, thank you. That's what she said. On that note, I'm going to end this thing, Cap. You got any parting words you want to say for WHO DEY Nation before I let you go?
No, although, hey, new cap, Foco actually did a pretty good little captain cap. So shout out to Foco. Appreciate you. I paid for it, but, appreciate you for making it. And, hey, keep on keeping on. Life's a garden, dig it, and whatever other Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. Freaking love that movie. WHO DEY. See you, Cap. All right, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. It's in the middle of the summer. We got a couple weeks until training camp starts, so we kind of talk about. I like talking about the Reds. I love it. Actually, Thursday we're going to talk some Bearcats. I got Neil Meyer coming on. I got Jim Kelly coming on from the Bearcat broadcast team. So we're going to be talking some Bearcat football on Thursday. Tomorrow, me and Joe will be on. He's back from vacation, and you guys are going to have to hear his interesting story of what happened when he was on vacation. Wednesday working on somebody, Friday working on somebody, but those are the shows coming up. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for notification, all that cool stuff. Thanks for watching. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. Follow me on all those on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I will be pulling a sign off later on tonight, putting on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a comment and a 5-star review so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. Shout out to my sponsors of the show. Now, StreamYard moved everything on me. It's a lot easier, but I got to get used to where they're at. But I go with the first one. Priority Lawn and Landscaping. You got your yards you don't want to cut. You got multiple properties you don't want to mow. You got, flower beds need to be cleaned out. Bushes need to be trimmed. Anything, and I mean anything. Lawn and landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Actually, don't think it. Call them at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. When you call them, tell me you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. Also, shout out to T Properties. Quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Of course, Meyer Windows and Doors. Their website is MeyerCincinnati.com. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. Energy efficient, easy cleaning, great looking windows. You could actually meet the creator of Jackpot Joey. His name is Matty Myers, and he has a vehicle I like to refer to as the Jackpot Joey machine. Check them out. MeyerCincinnati.com. Also, my favorite brewery out there, Moorline Lager House. If you guys are following me on Twitter, I went to a couple of different bars this weekend. I did not make it down to Moorline, but I wish I would have. It's delicious beer, delicious food. Thursday night, they had the Rocket on the Roebling. Burger Week is this week. They got a couple of different delicious burgers down there at Moorline Lager House. Make sure you check that out. And when you do, tell them Ice sent you. I should say Sports or Strawberry Ice sent you. Anyway, Moorline Lager House. All right, guys, I think that's it for the evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Like I said, we got Joe Farsing, Joe Schmoes on tomorrow. We'll be talking some Reds, some Bengals, and whatever Cincinnati news, sports news we got going on. Other than that, always remember this: WHO DEY. Try that. WHO DEY for life. And throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya! Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.